Hey guys, my name is Rudy and welcome to my channel. This week we're going to be talking about game controllers, or more specifically, stick shifters and mounts. This is my first part of my series on mounts. So, I guess first thing is first. I purchased two different types of mounts. Why would you want to get two mounts? We'll explore all this as we go. So, I went on Amazon. And it all started actually by me going to Microcenter, or the Games Geek Superstore that just opened here in Miami, and I saw a deal on a clutch, so I went ahead and got it. And then came the question of mounts. Mounts is something they didn't carry. I went on my own to Amazon, and here's what I found. Exhibit A. And Exhibit B. Look the same, they're not quite the same. So here is a side-by-side comparisons. First we're going to talk about, and I'm going to butcher these names, Kicking. That's my first one. Second one we're going to talk about is this Rashi. Sorry I'm backwards here, but only way I can see what I'm doing. Again, CNR has no cameraman, neither does Rudy World, and we are hiring. Okay, so we will start with the Kicking, which is this guy here. Both the mounts retail for about the same price. The biggest difference here is how this thing is put together. So, first off, the actual mounting to the desk. This one here has a handle. So you adjust this here to the height of the table, and you push it in. You also have to get the adjustment here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's screws here on the side here. You can move that up and down based on the height of the table. Again, cost is relatively the same. There is quite a bit of difference on assembly and everything else. So, next thing is, there's two types of mounts here. You have your choice of these little sliders. I'm going to grab the other one here. These are little sliders. You stick them in like this. And this is what you shove those actually down here on the bottom rail. They actually go in like so. One on each side here, like this. And your joystick or whatever you're actually attaching goes on like this. This one has two options. You have this, or you have this little mount here. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little plate that you can actually hook up your joystick to. This one took me quite a while to actually assemble. There's a lot of assembling that you have to do with this thing. You have to attach these guys here to this on the other side as well. You have to attach these guys here, these guys here, and you have to make this little bracket here and reattach this thing to it. The packaging of this is huge. There's a good selection of hardware. Didn't really like the manual. I thought the manual was confusing, would be a good way to put this. This kind of gives you an idea what you're doing. So when I said the two different types, I'm referring to this right here. You can either make it this style here, or you can make it the style that I just kind of show you. This is a better way of putting it. Both these guys claim they're HODIS, hands on stick. And here comes with a list of approved joysticks. Like I said, I believe these two are products that were very close to each other. They're just interpreted differently when they were designed. So, as far as this thing here, it's a 50-50. I think that it does hold pretty sturdy. Only time will tell. I have this actually connected to my clutch, which I'll talk about later. It's pretty rock solid. Both these guys are very solid. Yeah. So let's move on to the second type of stick, which is the Rashi. Now I can show you, I have two examples of the Rashi here that I used. I guess the easiest one is first to go over it again. Price, only like $1 difference. What's really cool about this one, well, actually I can demonstrate it on the other one. Assembly. Assembly was a heck of a lot simpler on this one. All I really had to do is, and I'll go over this one here, the other example. This one here is my throttle, my Airbus throttles. I have a video on that too. We're talking about the actual assembly here. That's what we're for. This one is just going to rest here. I don't think I'm going to be any more violent to this thing. I mean, should be facing this way. I think I'll be actually, this would be just fine. Have it sitting like this. So assembly. Well, let's start there. Assembly is really easy with this thing. Came in a box like this. This is already set for you. I can't recall if I had to actually mount this, but it's actually relatively easy. Now the other one, what it uses, the little slopes like this. There's quite a few pieces of equipment that's coming out that uses this. There's a little, let's see if I have one left here. Actually, I don't. There's a little slider that slides in and helps you lock these guys in place. Everything is rock solid and easy. Tighten these down, or you don't have to, just get them snug. You did have to put these guys in, and this is the setup for that. The one thing that I saw in here is, remember the plate that I showed you on this other one here? This rock solid plate at the bottom? This one here doesn't have the option. The only option is these guys here. So it kind of depends on what you did. So what I did is I mixed and matched from the two sets. On most of them I used the piece of metal, and on the rest I use this. Both works, depends on what you're actually building. So now comes the great question as to why. Why in the world would I need to get this? Well, as I mentioned before, the Super Geek Superstore, otherwise known as Microcenter, opened up here in Miami. And I was driven by this clutch. I'll talk about this clutch in another video. But the problem is, unlike the rest of these guys were, let's see here, this guy here for example, you can mount this on a desk without any problems. This thing here has no stability. There's actually no base on this thing. So to actually get it to stay on your desk while you're doing this, it's going to be kind of difficult. So that was one of the reasons. The other one is, I am a total airplane nerd, for those of you that actually know me. And having this thing up here on my desk to fly it like this with the screen directly in front of me doesn't appear to be that much of a good time. Now you put it at a lower level like this, where you can make the feeling of like you're flying an actual aircraft or you're sitting in an actual cockpit. That gives you a better sensation. Just another step towards reality. In my real job, I'm a sim tech, and I guess I can't get enough aircraft, so I do this stuff in my own free time. Yeah. So, if it comes down to the two choices, each of the packages includes 2 sticks. You can put these guys side by side so you can kind of compare. This one here is the Rashi, and this one here, yep. Sorry, this one here is a Hiking. No, Hiking Rashi. Like I said, side by side, very, very close to each other. Just the assembly, and most important, the mounting system that you use. The choice is yours. You guys have fun. Give me feedback if you have other mounts that you tried. I'd like to hear about that too. And that's it for Rudy. Till next time. Take care. Here's City World, helping you do stuff and things. Till next time.